The realm of Tokusatsu is home to a wide array of fan content, just like any other fandom. Cosplay tutorials, we got it. Movie/series reviewers, of course. Fan films, you already know it. I just wish there was more of a spotlight put on it because Tokusatsu is an already pretty underrepresented facet of pop culture in general. So today, that's my goal. I want to highlight some of the content creators in the Toku community. For you newcomers, you may be wondering, what even is Tokusatsu? Well, there's a simple and a complicated answer to that. The literal translation from Japanese is special effects, and this refers to live-action media that makes use of practical filming techniques. However, the better functioning explanation that fans tend to associate the term with involves Japanese superheroes and giant monsters better known as kaiju. Tokusatsu's history goes as far back as the early Godzilla films from the 1950s. The superhero subgenre became more prevalent in the 1960s and 70s with the likes of Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and the Super Sentai series. And Super Sentai, of course, being the source material for what we know as Power Rangers. So while not as prevalent as other fandoms, the Tokusatsu community still has a unique passion behind it that continues to show in the hours and hours of media that they create even to this day. And some of these people have been staples in the fandom for years at this point. And I wanted to talk about a few of them, starting with Easy Rider. Now, Easy Rider is an online reviewer who I've practically grown up watching. And I've recently had the pleasure of rooming with him at Morphicon this year. And he was kind enough to do this little cameo for me here.
Hello, I'm Easy Peterson, better known as Easy Rider. I've done Japanese Tokusatsu for about 13 years now. I'm the self-proclaimed Toku guy, as I call myself. I think I'm the only one that calls myself that. But yeah, I've about covered it all in my illustrious career. Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman, you name it, chances are I've looked at it. And what I do lengthy reviews. Some of them are about an hour and a half long, but I like to be thorough. What I do is I go through all the plot lines, the character angles, the weapons, the robots or mecha, the likes or dislikes are what I filter out from the whole show. I put those into what I call pros and cons at the end of every review. And what I do is I give a letter grade and my final thoughts on the show. And that's what my feelings are on the show. And like I said, I've been doing that for a long time now. A lot of my reviews before that are basically comedy observations, nitpicks at what I find wrong with the show, skits. Sometimes I'll do some funny skits where I'm interacting with the character, something like that. Sometimes I'll battle a villain from the show or something like that in my own little storyline. But yeah, that's what I've done. I've been on podcasts. I've been on other YouTuber shows. I've had met a lot of fans. Some of them have even started their own shows because they were inspired by me. So I've always been touched by that. So yeah, I've been doing Toku Time for a while, and it's a big part of my life. It still is. So that's what I do.
Next up, we have Dustin Beetle, also known as the Next Decade. He's one of the leading cosplayers in this fandom with tutorials on how to build helmets and armor. He recently made the venture into 3D printing, but I'll let him explain that here.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Dusty. I run The Next Decade and thenextdecade.co. I make videos about Tokusatsu stuff usually, mostly costuming. Sometimes I'll do motion comics for fun. Sometimes I'll just talk about some subjects with Tokusatsu that I think is super interesting. And most recently I've added 3D printing to the mix. I've already done cosplaying and things like that, and I want to help more people do that, but 3D printing is the future. So I really feel like I want to start sharing some of my side of what I enjoy about this and merge it with the world of Tokusatsu stuff to get some more people interested in making some things. Just like, you know, that's what Tokusatsu always has been people making things. So, yeah, that's what I do here. I have a show specifically about Tokusatsu cosplaying called Suit Up. Right now we have a few episodes up, and those are all dedicated to the original 1971 Kamen Rider design. So if you want to get a free pattern to make your own Kamen Rider helmet, go check out Suit Up. We have a new episode coming up, hopefully early next year. And that's going to be about Ultraman. Then we're going to be going back over to Kamen Rider for a bit and then move all over the place, try a bunch of different things, and show you some different techniques all over the place. So if you don't have a 3D printer, you're okay. You can still make some Tokusatsu props and costumes. It's just that this is my day job now too. So if you want something 3D printed, go check out my website, thenextdecade.co. More than happy to print something up for you. And then if you're interested in making some props and costumes, definitely go subscribe to my channel because we're going to be doing some more prop and costume content here very, very soon. And if you're just interested in 3D printing in general, or you like hanging out with some other dork that likes Tokusatsu, I'm your guy. Been around since 2009. And I don't even have 5,000 subscribers. What am I doing?
Thank you for that, Dustin. Now, these next few creators I wasn't able to land for this video, but they're still pillars in this community, just like the ones I previously mentioned. And first up, we have Dawson Rider, and he's sort of a jack of all trades when it comes to Toku. He does toy reviews, episode/series recaps, theory videos, and news. And his toy reviews mostly consist of Super Sentai, Power Rangers, and Kamen Rider, but sometimes he'll go outside the Tokusatsu bubble. And most recently, he's been doing a series of theory videos speculating on the future of Power Rangers projects. And with the upcoming 30th anniversary special and the 30th season Cosmic Theory, he's had a lot to talk about. Next is Ranger Liz. She runs a YouTube channel dedicated to discussing the latest news in the realm of Toku. Just like Dawson Rider, she covers the big three: Rider, Sentai, and Ultra. Occasionally, she'll cover toys, but that's not her main focus. She's been around for about 5 years now, and she's really made a name for herself in the fandom. And she's even gone on to host panels with some of the Power Rangers actors, most notably Women of the Grid for Power Morphicon online. Then there's Ranger Command Power Hour. This is a podcast hosted by Eric Baird with co-host AP and Zach Lavoie. Their main focus is Power Rangers content, so they cover the latest news, review episodes from the current seasons, and they also review the Boom Studios comics as well. Every once in a while, they conduct interviews with some of the actors from the show, as well as creators from the comics. They've been around since 2014, and I've been a listener at least since 2016. So if you haven't already, check them out. Chris Cantata is another well-known cosplayer in the community. He's known for doing comedy shorts on his YouTube channel with his costumes, and he features other cosplayers as well. One of my favorite recurring videos from him is his Morph in a Minute series, where he challenges some poor soul to try and put on a Power Rangers costume in under a minute. They usually never make it. Unworthy Productions is an indie film group known for producing the Power Rangers Unworthy fan series. It's a project that appeals to older fans of the franchise, as there are quite a few, let's say, more mature moments, and the story follows a character known as the Arbiter. He's a Ranger-type villain who travels the multiverse and kills various Power Rangers teams as a means to restore balance to the morphing grid. However, he's being pursued by the Chrono Ranger from Time Force, who has vowed to stop him. At the time of this video, they currently have 4 episodes plus a short involving the character Ninjor. They all have great production value, and I can't wait to see more from them in the future. Kamen Ramen Studios is a fan group on YouTube that does cosplay shorts involving Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Power Rangers. Most notably, they produce what's called morph/henshin videos per fan request. They'll bring on a client with their cosplay, have them pose, put on their costume, and they provide the special effects for the transformation. They also do versus shorts where they put 2 Toku characters up against each other. They were even at Power Morphicon this year where they filmed one of their cosplay music videos, so if you ever need a cosplay shoot, they're your guys. Toku Topics is one of the newer channels in the community, and he's your expert on all things Power Rangers Lightning Collection. He literally owns everything they've released so far since 2019 and has amassed a sizable following on YouTube and Twitter. He also does videos on leaks for new figures as well as official announcements. Occasionally, he'll cover Sentai and Rider stuff as well. The last creator I'll mention is Japan Hero. He mostly covers Toku media from the Showa era, so this is stuff from like the 60s through the early 90s. I think his best work was his retrospective on Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, the first Super Sentai series from 1975. He covers a lot of obscure Toku as well, stuff that I'm sure even fellow fans may not have heard of. So if you ever need a lesson on deep cuts in Tokusatsu history, check him out. It's really admirable what these fans have been able to accomplish with their hard work and dedication. I think they have really helped to push this medium forward. But there was one more creator I wanted to talk about, and that was myself. If you didn't already know, my name is Midwest Tokusatsu, and I've been on YouTube for about 4 years now, and I do toy reviews, cover news, and even some cosplay videos of my own. I'm not as big as the other creators mentioned, but here's to hoping with enough persistence, I'll get there. My most ambitious video up to this point would have to be my retrospective on Jetix, which was Toon Disney's action block, and home to Power Rangers for some years. I had to scrap together some first-hand VHS footage as well as some second-hand footage, but regardless, I'm proud of how it turned out. Anyway, my name is Midwest Tokusatsu, and this has been a Toku fan content highlight.